Good morning, everyone. Chris Kiblin here over at Cross Country Mortgage with the Kiblin Mortgage Group. Hope you're having a fantastic day. All right, let's get started with your weekly mortgage minute. All right, interest rates. Interest rates were still the same last week. We really didn't see much of a change. We're still in that high twos on a 30-year fixed, mid twos on a 15-year, depending on credit. So it is still a great time to purchase as we see in our marketplace. And it's also a great time to refinance. If you haven't already talked to somebody, I would highly advise that. If you're in that high threes, fours, or fives, please reach out to us. We can run numbers for you, at least give you an idea how much you could save, or at least give you an idea of changing terms. Maybe you go from a 30 to a 15 year. I've seen a lot of people taking advantage of that as well. So reach out to us anytime on that. Now, one of the biggest things I really want to talk about is the financing contingency of what's going on the contract. So we're seeing some things that we're seeing on the financing contingency contract that is kind of starting to make me a little nervous, okay? Because on the financing contingency, when you look at it on the contract, if it's left blank, it means that it is a 30-day clear to close on the financing contingency part. So which means that we have to be clear to close in 30 days. Here's what I'm starting to see. I'm starting to see a lot of people writing contracts that are 60 days, 90 days out. So here's the thing. Let's say we get you your 30 days, clear to close, we're good to go. What happens to those 30 days afterwards? Those 60 days afterwards? Here's the thing. With the environment that we're in right now, especially with COVID, how do we know? We don't know if there's going to be another shutdown. We don't know if somebody's going to be laid off from work. We don't know if somebody's job hours are going to be cut. So what could happen is that same person that we're waiting on that's already clear to close, we still need to do a 10-day verification of employment. So guess what? That loan is no longer clear to close because of that. They had a loss of income, whatever it might happen. So now that customer that we just had clear to close is now at risk of losing their earnest money. I'm seeing people put anywhere from $5,000 to $20,000 to $30,000 down on these earnest deposits, and they're not being protected. My suggestion is to really make these financing contingencies as close to the closing date as you can, at least 7 days out. The reason being is when we go out as a lender, at least as us as a lender, we're going to do a 10-day verification of employment before closing. We want to make sure that client is still working, especially with COVID going on. So what we're going to do is we're going to check on them to make sure that they're still working and that they haven't lost their job. But if they have, then we're going to decline the loan, unfortunately. So now that customer is out, and you're going to have to be fighting to get their escrow. I don't think a lot of people are really thinking this through. I don't think a lot of people are really setting themselves up, because the thing is that what we're seeing is we have such a big thing with listings right now with multiple offers, and everybody's just trying to get their best deal in. But at the same time, they're not changing that financing contingency. Maybe they're getting a little bit of a pushback from the seller or the listing agent because they want to clear to close in 30 days. But are we really doing what's best for our buyer? And that's the thing that really is starting to make me nervous. Because if something should happen, if you have a client that has a $10,000 deposit down on escrow and they lose that, who are they going to blame? It's going to be blamed on you. It's going to be blamed on me. So we really want to protect them to make sure that we are taking care of them. If you have any questions about it, or anything else, please feel free to reach out to me. My number is 443-668-5727. Thanks a lot. Talk to you soon.